Hey everybody. Alright, so I wanted to talk to you guys about my septum piercing. Well, last year, when I was visiting Denver, I got my nose pierced. I got my septum pierced. I don't have any video of it, and to be honest, that's fine. It doesn't really matter. But I just wanted to talk about like why I got it. So the reason why I got this piercing is simply because I like it. I mean, that's all it really comes down to. I just really like it. Now, the thing is, I know that a lot of people are like, oh, don't do that. Like, why would you do that? Why would you pierce your nose? Like, wait, it's right in the middle of your face and stuff. But the thing is, whatever makes you feel good, just do it, you know? At the end of the day, it's always gonna be about like what makes you feel good, what makes you feel complete, what makes you feel whole. Now, the thing is, I don't actually always wear it out all the time. I usually like flip it up. A lot of times it's just concealed. But the thing is, I like to wear it out a lot. Of course, I mean, I got it done. People need to see it. I don't have too many septum rings to show off at the moment. I have just a little ring and also a clicker. Focus. Focus. Well, I didn't want to focus. But yeah, so anyways, yeah, I just wanted to show you those rings. Well, I also have a little barbell, the one that like came with my septum piercing. You could actually just take it out very easily. Just slips right out and just slips right back in. Whoop. That's right, and then I just close it up and then I just swivel it back over. There it is. A lot of people think that, you know, when you, I don't want to ruin it, but when you open it up, you don't pull it outwards like that and then just kind of make it back in. You want to make sure that you just sort of like bend it like this, and then it goes in. Have to feel the other side. And then it just slides in, and then what you do is you sort of just bend it back into place. And just like that. Alright, so I wanted to talk about my experience getting my septum piercing done. Well, I've actually always wanted to get my nose pierced since, I don't know, I think maybe since I was like 20 years old. I am 28 now. And last year I got it done, I think I was still 26, so yeah, I was a kid, just kidding. I've always wanted to get my nose pierced, but I was always too scared. And also, I had a lot of people telling me not to. I suppose for good reason. A lot of times it's just, I think people have like your best interests at heart, because especially when it comes down to like piercings and stuff, because they think that, oh, well, I don't want you to hurt yourself. I don't want it to go wrong. I don't want this and that and blah blah blah, you to like lose your job, or rest assured that none of that stuff is gonna happen. I mean, it's a very safe procedure. You just gotta make sure that you go to like I don't know, a licensed place to get your nose pierced and stuff. Okay. This one's a bit more tricky to get in. A bit more difficult to get in is because it swivels everywhere. Alright, so I got it in to the other side. You can kind of see the little glimmer of the silver there. So it's on the other side. What I like to do is just sort of get my finger and just sort of redirect it, and then get the little loop over, and then see if you can hear it. Okay. And the clicker is in. Ooh, looks cool. Like I said, I think a lot of times people have like your best interests at heart, and just know that they're not really just out there to try to like bring you down or make you, or not let you do what you want with your life, you know. But in the end of the day, it's just what makes you feel better. I wear this one, my retainer, quite often. It's just a little horseshoe retainer, and at work I just flip it up. I just put it upside down and just kind of leave it alone. Sometimes I play with it, probably too much. But yeah, nobody notices at work. Nobody really knows that it's there and stuff. And also another thing is that, honestly, I think that because we have these piercings, we're the ones that actually kind of think that it's the most important part to our look, to like our aesthetic, to our image, to whatever that we want to call it. I saw a meme actually recently that was like, when you take out your septum piercing but nobody notices because it wasn't really an important aspect to your entire look as much as you thought it was. And I was like, oh my god, same, like, relatable. I guess what I'm trying to say is that it's not that big of a deal like people will make it seem. So if you're out there and you're wanting to get your nose pierced, go ahead. I mean, honestly, yeah, go ahead. I think it's cool. I think it looks cool. All right, so I also wanted to talk about the actual piercing itself. I'm not gonna lie, it hurt. I I cried. Just kidding. Well, it's not like I was like, oh my god, it hurts. No, it's just, it made me tear up. I think it's because, you know, it's kind of like getting punched in the nose. It just makes your eyes water and stuff. But yeah, I will say that it did hurt. I mean, it was a needle going through my nose. I was actually pretty scared because I kept thinking, oh my god, it's gonna go wrong. The guy's gonna like stab me straight through the face. Yeah, no, the guy was very careful. He was very good, and yeah, I think it was very fast as well. It was done. He screwed in the little ball, and yeah, and it happened very quickly. For about a month, my nose was healing. A little bit of blood coming out, like a lot, and also it was just a lot of getting used to. A lot of doing this whole thing. I think it's cool. I really like my septum piercing. So I guess like if you want to get it done, just get it done, and just make sure that you go to a place that's like licensed, that's clean, and somewhere that you trust with all things, because I mean somebody's putting a needle straight through your nose, so you might as well go somewhere trustworthy. And also another thing is that, you know, it does hurt, but it doesn't hurt more than maybe like even just getting your shots done, you know, or maybe a tattoo and just stuff like that. You know, it doesn't hurt that bad. Just make sure that you clean out your nose. Just take out like the septum ring and then just wash it with like some antibacterial soap. And another thing that people don't really tell you is that it stinks when it's healing. I mean, it doesn't smell horrible. It doesn't smell like rotting flesh or anything like that, but it smells like blood, or like, it's like a really weird smell. Like it smells like, I don't want to say cheese, but it's more of like blood. But yeah, but that's kind of pretty much like the only downside of getting like my septum pierced, is that it did smell for just a little bit. Not that bad, but come on, it's okay. I think you can put up with it. And also another thing is that when you get sick, I don't think it really makes that much of a difference. The only thing is that I was worried about is that when I first got my piercing done, is that I was worried that I was gonna get a cold and I was gonna have to take it out and stuff. The thing is, I did get a cold, but nothing happened. It was just pretty much the same thing, same as a cold always was, you know, it just sucked. But I didn't have to take out my piercing. I didn't have to do anything like that. The clicker is the only one that I am actually slightly scared of taking out. This is because I have to, in order to free it, I do have to pull, and just like that, it's out. Cool, well thanks guys for watching. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button, and I will see you next time.